In this section, we will be introduced to positive and negative real numbers. Here are some definitions. A set is a collection of objects. The integers consist of all whole numbers and their opposites. Recall that whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and onwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and onwards are called the positive integers. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6 are the negative integers. Negative integers, 0, and positive integers make up the set of integers. The set of integers, again, in set notation, are all negative integers, 0, and all positive integers. Here's an example. State which integer or integers correspond to the given situation. The lowest point in Australia is Lake Erie at 15 meters below sea level, and the highest point is Mount Kosciuszko at 2,229 meters above sea level. The integer negative 15 corresponds to 15 meters below sea level, and the integer 2,229 corresponds to 2,229 meters above sea level. Rational numbers. The set of rational numbers is given as a over b such that a and b are integers and b is not equal to 0, because if we divide by 0, our expression will have an undefined value. This is read as a set of all numbers a over b where a and b are integers and a and b does not equal to 0. In decimal form, rational numbers either terminate, which means stop, or repeat. Here are some examples. 1/2 is a rational number since it can be written as a over b, where a and b are integers and b is not equal to 0. In decimal form, 1/2 is 0.5. Here's another example. 3/4 is a rational number since 3 and 4 are both integers and b is not equal to 0. In decimal form, we can write this as 0.75. 1/2 and 3/4 in decimal form terminate. Let's take a look at a rational number 2/3. 2/3 again is a rational number because a and b are both integers and b is not equal to 0. In decimal form, this is 0.66666666 or 6 repeating. Rational numbers either terminate, such as 0.5 or 0.75, or repeat, such as 0.6 repeating. An irrational number is a number that has a decimal representation that neither repeats nor terminates. Therefore, irrational numbers cannot be written as a ratio of two integers. Probably the most famous irrational number is pi. Its digits are 3.14159, 265,359, and it goes on forever. The digits of pi never repeat and they never terminate, therefore pi is an irrational number. Another irrational number is the square root of 2. Square root of 2 is 1.414213562237, and so on and so forth. Once again, the square root of 2, its decimal form never repeats and it never terminates, therefore square root of 2 is irrational. In fact, any square root that is not a perfect square is an irrational number. Now, real numbers are the set of real numbers is a set of rational numbers combined with a set of irrational numbers. Some examples: approximate 4 over 9 to the 100th place. To do so, you will take 4 divided by 9 in a calculator, and you would round it to the 100th place, which means to 2 decimal places. 4 divided by 9 is 0.4 repeating, which is 0.4444, etc. Since we're rounding it to the 100th place, which is the second decimal place, we look at the number after the second decimal place. If this number is 5 or higher, we round up. If it's 4 or lower, we keep the hundredths place the same. So in this case, if we were to round to the hundredths place, our answer would be 0.44, since the number after the 4 is 4 or lower. Here's another example. let's take the square root of 15 and round that to the nearest hundred place. Now for this, you will need a calculator. Some of your phones will be able to do this as well. And we would need to take the square root of 15 and approximate its decimal form. So in your calculator, you would plug in the square root of 15. Now, I would like you guys to do this on your own. Take a second. Square root of 15 is 3.8729, so on and so forth. Since we're rounding to the nearest hundredth place, we are looking for the number after the second decimal. This number is 4 or lower, therefore, to the hundredth place, we would write this as 3.87. If this number was 5 or higher, you would round up to 3.88.